My family are playing a concert upstairs again while I'm trying to record. Yay! Don't mind that. Hello guys and welcome to another video where today we have our first book talk. For this one I decided to work on The Princess Bride by William Goldman. And this book is a wonderful book and the movie is one of those movies that is arguably just as good. It's a well-rounded story and I felt it a perfect start to this series. But before we get into the actual talk, let me tell you a bit about this piece. So I decided to work on something based off a scene in the movie, specifically the fencing match between the man in black and Inigo. Their form in this scene is beautiful and would make a dynamic piece. For this one, I'm using my watercolors again. I'm getting really attached to these little things. They're nice and I enjoy them, and I'm using them on some Canson mixed media paper as usual, though you guys don't know that quite yet. I also used some Sharpies that I got the other day as fine liners. I think they did a pretty good job, but it's not the best. I could do better. Anyways, to the book talk. For anyone who hasn't heard me talk about this quite yet, a book talk is just me telling you about a book. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've got some parts I've told you about before the video officially started, and now we'll actually get to the talk. So, The Princess Bride. For the shortened version of this talk, I don't think there's any better summary than the grandfather. In his words, has it got any sports in it? Fencing, fighting, torture, poison, true love, hate, revenge, giants, hunters, bad men, good men, beautifulest ladies, snakes, spiders, beasts of all natures and descriptions, pain, death, brave men, coward men, strongest men, chases, escapes, lies, truth, passion, miracles. To be put simply, this book has anything you could want all mashed into one. It starts with some narration by a father about having read the book, and by the end of the prologue we get into chapter 1, The Bride. The book itself is incredibly well written, with incredible use of description to capture the reader's attention. It's almost as if you're there, actually watching and taking part in climbing the cliffs of insanity, fencing against Inigo and the man in black, watching the power of revenge and love together. For all you guys out there, yes, at its heart this book is a love story, but there are so many other things. The love story is the underlying plot to all the little stories going on, murders, battles, fights, thieves and pirates taking over the high seas, lies and experiments, deadly forests and cold rage. I won't spoil much, but you should give the book a chance. Give it a few chapters. The good stuff gets good. Now that we've got the short one out of the way, let's expand on that. So for people skipping from the beginning, let me round back to the original description for the book. So, The Princess Bride. For the shortened version of this talk, I don't think there's any better summary than the grandfather. In his words, has it got any sports in it? Fencing, fighting, torture, poison, true love, hate, revenge, giants, hunters, bad men, good men, beautifulest ladies, snakes, spiders, beasts of all natures and descriptions, pain, death, brave men, coward men, strongest men, chases, escapes, lies, truth, passion, miracles. So now that we have that majesty out of the way for the second time, let me give you a bit of a better summary. In this book, we are following the story of 5 main characters. Buttercup and Wesley are our 2 lovers at the core of the entire thing. We then have a second trio of characters. Inigo Montoya, the fencing master with the deal of revenge against a man with 6 fingers on his right hand. Fezzik the giant, strong and large, and Vicini, the Sicilian leaner with the high intellect, but not high enough if you've read this book before. Early in the book, Wesley dies, and Buttercup, the fairest of all the women in the kingdom, is chosen by Prince Humperdinck as his bride, with a sinister secret behind the whole charade. Soon after the engagement of the prince and princess, Vicini, Fezzik, and Inigo kidnap Buttercup in an attempt to set the mythical countries of Florin and Gilder to war, followed by a mysterious man dressed in black, wearing a mask. In this book, we have the miracle of bringing someone who was mostly dead back to life, avenging the death of a father, breaking the plan of a tyrant, stealing the life from a body. To me, this book is a masterpiece. It's simple enough that any high schooler could read it fairly easily, but still extremely well written. Every page has you on the edge of your seat, thirsting for more, and the end wraps it up with a nice little bow, completing the story perfectly. So this was my take on The Princess Bride. I think William Goldberg did a good job writing that one, and it's certainly one of my favorite books. Like always, links to my social media are in the description, and I'll see you Sunday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.